This is the Drunken Family back for another video. Just want to talk a little bit about everything that's going on right now. This year, we're doing things a little different. Normally, we have a live draft. Everyone's together. We're taking shots. We're drinking. We're having a good time. But this year, with the pandemic going on, we're going to be doing an online draft. And, that's affected not just us, but it's affected also people within the fantasy football league. And so I want Hitman to talk a little bit about that. Hitman, talk about some of the changes that's happened, how that's affected some of your future draft picks. And, let's talk about, let's talk about the biggest name that's out there right now. Probably, I just want to throw it out there. Everyone's projecting him now to go into the first round, though, because Damian Williams now has opted out from the Kansas City Chiefs. So, Hitman, can you talk a little bit about that?
And number 10, I would have drafted Damian Williams, but because he's out, if Joe Mixon is available, I'll take him. Nick Chubb available, I will pick him. But because I don't think that will be available at the time, I will pick a receiver at the time. So,
All right.
The rookie they just got from Kansas City. The one thing you gotta like about him, he's in the best offense in the NFL, and they like to check down. Patrick Mahomes, he got 50 touchdowns his first year starting. So this year, 40 touchdowns. That's within reason. And
pretty good.
And it is within reason. Okay, Tyreek Hill will get some. Tight end will get some. Kelsey. But this rookie, he's gonna be starting. He's going to have the opportunities. And you know what? He's a dark horse, top 5 running back. Top five running back. He's going to get the catches. He's going to get the goal line touches. And he's going to get the rushes. So, you know what? In that offense, you got to give him a shot. There's a reason Andy Reid took him that early. Andy Reid knows what he's doing when it comes to running backs. LaShawn McCoy in the past, all the running backs that Andy Reid's had in the past, he knows what he's doing when it comes to running backs. They got this kid because he got the talent.
That's the.
and what were you? Whatever draft pick.
That puts him in the first round. Puts him in the first round.
So number
on a
10.
14-team league.
Number 10, if Joe Mixon or Nick Chubb are available, I'll pick one of the two guys.
All right. So that's his
I'll
pick.
take him over Joe Mixon.
That's his pick right now.
I'll take him over Joe Mixon.
So what I will
that.
say is, I agree with about that action. This guy is a dark horse. He has the potential, the upside to be one of the top 5 running backs in fantasy football scoring. You have to consider that in the offense, and the coach Andy Reid. What does he do? He throws to his running back. You've seen the years in the past about LaShawn McCoy, how he's done it in Philly, and now when he went to Kansas City, you've seen the running backs how they perform from there. So you know what? You have to consider this guy as a dark horse to be a top 5 pick. Now, about the action, I know you wanted to bring up some other subjects. So about the action, I'll let you go ahead and go
okay.
from there.
Michael Thomas is a number 1 wide receiver, but I'm in a weird spot. I'm number 8 out of 14 teams. The number 2 wide receiver, you got the guy out of Green Bay, Devontae Adams, and you got the guy in Arizona. They just picked up DeAndre Hopkins. Who's the number 2 wide receiver? Who would you take out of those 2 in the first round?
I will let you go first.
To me, I will always go with Devontae Adams because Aaron Rodgers. That's it.
Bias.
That's it.
I disagree. I really think it's actually going to be DeAndre Hopkins. Considering what it is you come to an offense that has potential. It's very, 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 very explosive. You come to an offense that has, all right, now you're looking at someone that has potential. Kenyon Drake has shown it in the last several weeks of the season that he can make something happen. Now you have a running game, okay? Now you have receivers that are out there. You have people, how many teams have 3 shutdown corners, right? You have to look at that. So you look at this team that comes out, DeAndre Hopkins, Fitzgerald, and upcomer Christian Kirk. You have to look at that.
Well, they're going to take away from each other.
Okay.
Don't you think that?
No, I do believe that as well. But I think that Kyler Murray is also going to take a step forward. Just like you with anybody that you draft or anybody that you pick, you think there's going to be a progression. You hope that there's a progression. Rookies, they always have a second. Most of them have a second year downfall. But you know what? The way that they've played Kyler Murray, I believe there's going to be a continued progression with him. I think they put him in position to be successful. They built a team around him. They built a defense around him as well now. So he's in a position to continue to grow. And you know what? With that, they brought in a player that even with the worst quarterbacks that they've had out there, DeAndre Hopkins, he's had the worst quarterback plays. And he's still been the number one wide receiver. You throw the ball, that guy's catching it. And you know what? Kyler Murray is going to be that much more accurate. And he's going to be, he's going to help provide DeAndre Hopkins to have a successful year. Davante Adams, okay, I will say this much. This is my argument with him. Davante Adams, he had a bunch of targets last year, right? He had a bunch. Watch it. Look it up. He had like 100, and I believe myself, over at least 120, 130 targets, right? But how many catches did he have? How successful? Where was he at? And Aaron Rodgers was his quarterback the whole time. Their scheme is different. They run through Aaron Jones.
Well, the one thing I'll say is that Arizona runs a fast-paced offense. They got a lot of weapons, but we play in a PPR league. If you in a PPR league, look out for Hopkins. He's going to get those little 5-yard passes, those little 3 yards. They're not even going to run the ball that much. They're going to throw those little outs, and he can get his 7 yards, 8 yards. But that's a point each time, a point and a half. So that's the thing. He's going to get 100-plus catches in that offense. He'll get it. And then the defense is all right. They'll give us some points. So they're going to be in some shootouts. Green Bay, the thing you like about Davante is he's the number one guy with a number one quarterback who's going to look to him every single time. Red zone, everything, he's going to look to him every single time. So it's a push.
Hey, be careful.
I'm going to go with what I know, which is Davante Adams. I'm going to go with Davante Adams right here.
There you go.
I just know that
To Davante,
he's the number guy.
one Hopkins.
We both agree. Former champion, two times champion, and the current champion.
Runner-up cameraman.
Hey, they agree that Davante Adams is the
Where did he
best
come from?
choice when it comes to the number 2 wide receiver of 2020. Davante Adams. Champ, what else do you have to say?
Well, what I'm saying is this: if we're choosing between those two, I'm not gonna give who I think actually number 2 might be. But honestly, if you're gonna say between Davante Adams, DeAndre Hopkins, I actually think there's actually gonna be another number 2 that's in place of that. I'm not gonna divulge that information. Hey, you guys subscribe to us to be able to get the information. But I will say this much: I think that those two, Davante Adams is a good pick. He probably would be a top 5. I guarantee you that.